Today we're going to be talking about some of the best apps to help you study for the ASVAB and help you get the job that you want in the military. But without further ado, let's get to it. What is up, guys? Ben Allen back again with another video, and like I just said, we're going to be talking about the best apps to help you study for the ASVAB, right? We're not going to be talking about study guides, study techniques, how to study. I have a video talking about that. It is probably the best ASVAB study guide video here on YouTube. Here's the thumbnail for it. The link will be in my description. I'll also probably put a card right here so you can click that after this video and check it out for yourself, right? For those of you that are new here, my name is Ben Allen. I did 4 years active duty in the Army. I got out in September 2019, did the civilian thing, joined the reserves, was in the reserves for about a year and a half, and now I'm officially out of the reserves. So we're full-time Army veteran doing YouTube for you guys, putting out the content so you guys have this knowledge available to you should you want to join the Army, and you take the ASVAB, whatever it may be, right? We post that content here. If you have any questions whatsoever, hit me up on my Instagram at Ben_Allen175. It's the best possible place to reach me. Be sure to like this video if you're getting ready to take the ASVAB, or if you're nervous for the ASVAB. Comment down below what your worst subject is. Is it math? Is it science? Is it English? Let me know, right? So we can hit on that in this video. And most importantly, subscribe, guys. We're trying to hit 100,000 followers here in the next 6 months, and I need your all's help to do it. It takes 2 seconds to subscribe, and I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps us out, and it helps out other people that are trying to get this knowledge. So there you go. Hit the button. Thank you in advance for that. I appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, this video is going to cover 4 different apps that I've personally used myself, and they're going to be going in least to greatest, right? So which one's like, okay, cool, yeah, this is all right, it can help you, to like, wow, this app really helped you, right? That's going to be at the end of the video, so stick around for that because you definitely don't want to miss it. The links for these videos or apps will be down below in the comment section, so be sure to click those, check them out if you'd like. And yeah, with all that being said, let's jump into these apps, guys. So the first app is US Army ASVAB Challenge. This one's good, right? It's not the best, but it definitely helped me out before I knew like what other apps were out there, right? They do provide like the 4 key subjects that the AFQT score is based off of. So, arithmetic reasoning, mathematics knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and word knowledge, right? So it has those subjects there. You can do like quick tests on here, like, quick little 5, 10, 15 minute tests that, like give you like a couple questions here and there, or you can do like longer ones, right? Like 25 minutes. It has like 24, 25 questions per that time frame. So depending on what you're doing, hey, that's available to you. You can check it out. The app itself is like kind of clunky and a little difficult to navigate. So if you're the type of person that likes streamlined apps, that are just kind of like, super simple, like you can click here, right here, blah, 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 like you're there, right? This might not be the app for you, but I would just keep it in mind regardless. Another thing I really don't like about the app, but it could vary on individual, right, is after you answer a question, it does not give you an explanation right away, right? You have to finish whatever test you're doing, and then it breaks down the explanations at the end, which personally I like getting an explanation right after I answer a question because I feel like I better understand it that way. But that is the first app, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments about this one. Moving on to the next one, and that's going to be the ASVAB For Dummies app, right? You've seen the book. The book is great. Highly recommend that. That's definitely in my ASVAB study guide video as one of the recommendations. But the app itself, it's cool, but it's only cool if you get like the paid version, right? I was gonna put this one as the 4th one, but I thought, depending on how you guys want to do it, if you get the paid version, it's a really good app, right? So that's why it's number 3 on this list. I will say it is kind of clunky, like the previous app was, but it's pretty good as it offers a variety of sections as opposed to just the main 4. And on top of like providing different subjects and all of that, it also does like a status, like progression performance tracker. So it has a graph, it tells you, you know, how you're doing and all that stuff, which I think is pretty cool because I'm the type of person that likes looking at like the statistics and graphs and stuff and analytics of a thing to see where I'm weak in, all that type of stuff. So I like it for that reason. The free app is honestly pretty limited, not gonna lie. You only get a certain amount of questions allotted to you per day per subject. I just in general, I think it's questions in general. So if you do like a couple questions from like arithmetic reasoning, and then you do like, you know, general science or something, those all count as your questions. So while it's pretty limited in the free version, if you do get the paid for version, which is like $14.99 a month, which personally I'm not gonna do, right? Then it does, you know, it's like you get your bang for your buck pretty much. But personally, I use this one the least because I'm not going to pay for, you know, an upgraded version. Typically on apps, I think a good app should provide all the ins and outs like in the free version, you know, just because it's to help you study, right? So that's ASVAB for Dummies. Moving on to number 2 on the list, which is actually pretty decent. It's going to be ASVAB Practice Test 2021. I like this one because it has more than just like the 4 that make up the AFQT score. So they have different sections, right? Like the electric, assembling objects, the science as well, on top of like arithmetic reasoning. So it has like 9 sections for you to choose from, right? You have questions in each of these sections. It's pretty dope. I really appreciate how they threw in those extra sections. And as far as I know, there isn't a limit on the amount of questions you can do for this app. So I'd say another cool thing about these apps, or a couple more cool things, is it allows you to like set up a study plan so you can go and set the days, right? It'll like give you reminders like, okay, hey, like you got to study for this amount of time, you got to do that, you got to do this, right? It also gives explanations after the questions, which I enjoy, which is why I put it a little higher up on this list. So I think it's pretty cool how you can answer a question and then it's like, all right, cool, like this is why you got it wrong, this is why you know, this would be the right answer, you know. So I'm very appreciative for apps like that because that's how I learn personally. And I'd say another good point for this app is that it categorizes your weak, your medium, your strong questions, right? So if you're going through a test, it's tracking, you know, like, oh, this guy was weak on these questions, so you can go back, study those, and it can build, you know, for you like, hey, like this is what you need to work on, so let's work on it, which is great. One drawback to this app is after like a couple questions or so, it does have like little ad breaks, you know. Everybody hates ads, so that's why it's kind of like, you know, second on the list and not first, you know what I mean? But overall, solid app. I definitely enjoy it. I definitely use this one, you know, a good amount, right? But now we're gonna be moving on to the big bad, right? Number 1, probably the best app I've used personally for studying for the ASVAB that I felt like I got a lot of knowledge from for various reasons, right? And it's called Whipsmart for the ASVAB, right? They have a bunch of other ones for like AP classes and things like that, but Whipsmart for the ASVAB is great. I've been putting pictures on the screen for all these apps, so here's that. But overall, what I really enjoy about this app is the videos, right? It provides videos for these different subjects, right? I believe it only has like, you know, the core 4 is what I like to call them, right? That make up the AFQT score, but it has so many different sections for these, and you definitely want to focus on the core 4, right? Because the higher your AFQT score, you know, the better possibly, you know, your ASVAB score overall, meaning the better jobs you can get, right? So you want to keep that in mind because that definitely is going to help out. So like if you go to arithmetic reasoning or mathematics knowledge, they're going to have subsections in those like integers, decimals, fractions, you know, so you can pick specifically what you want to work on or what you're deficient in, and that's what I'm appreciative because, right, you know, like I'm really good at decimals, right? Fractions on the other hand, not that hot, so I want to hit on those. I would definitely want to make headway in those sections that I'm lacking in. And another good thing is after the questions you're answering, it gives you the explanation after the question, which is great. That I look for that in the app because I want that immediate feedback so I can make a mental note as to why I was wrong and why that answer that they're giving me is the right one. So appreciate that. And also, based on how you're answering these questions, right, say you're getting a few wrong in a certain category, it'll make a video recommendations, right, from their video archives, which you can watch at any time really. But you know, it'll recommend you certain videos like, oh hey, we see you're struggling on, you know, arithmetic reasoning or paragraph comprehension. Here's some videos we think you should watch, right? And these videos, they're not super long, right? They're very informative, kind of to the point, and they definitely get an understanding. You know, I'm an audio, a visual, and just a hands-on learner, right? So I like having the phone in my hand. I like watching videos. I like hearing the videos. I like actually, you know, typing my answers in or just selecting what I want to put in, right? So I think overall, if you're that type of learner, this is definitely the app for you. One I highly recommend, just because you get so much for the free version. If you want to upgrade, it's only $5 compared to like other apps out there that charge like 10 or recurring payments. You know what I mean? You definitely don't want that. Not a good time. So I guess some other cool things about this app would be like micro learning, which is good because this is how a lot of like researchers like have like said they recommend people to study, right? Depending on the length, right? Like study for 30 minutes, take a 10-minute break, but you can cut that down even more with this app because each session, right? Each session is like pretty much like just 10 questions, right? It's 10 questions. So if you got 5 minutes, you're in line at the grocery store, you can just pull it out, just answer 10 questions, right? And it gives you the explanations for each one. So you're building slowly up that knowledge for these different categories, which I think is great because people get burnt out, right? Like the ASVAB itself is a 3-hour test, right? That you're gonna get burnt out. If you're doing like 30 minutes to an hour worth of just ASVAB studying at a time, it's going to be kind of time consuming, right? But with the 10 questions, you can just kind of like, you know, get in where you fit in, really. If you're in line, if you're waiting at the doctor's, just answer 10 for one subject, cool. You know, you can put it away or you can do another 10. It really allows you to kind of like time management, pretty much. It allows you to manage your time more efficiently. Other things is the app itself is kind of like built like a game, right? There's points that you get for answering questions right. You get badges for the further you progress through it, the more questions you get right. So I think that's pretty cool. If you guys are the type of person that don't like studying at all, but you like games, then that's also, you know, a good way to approach studying. But that's pretty much the video, guys. Again, the link for the apps will be down below. Number one, again, to my personal opinion, was Whipsmart for the ASVAB. Great, super seamless, not super clunky like the last two apps that I talked about, right? So that's my 2 cents on that, and that is going to be the video, guys. I really hope you appreciate the ASVAB. Is no joke, right? You definitely want to study. A lot of people get nervous, they psych themselves out, they fail. Do not do that. The more prepared you go in, the better off you're going to be. So whether you're using some of these apps on this list or you're watching my ASVAB study guide video, the best ASVAB study guide video here on YouTube, I can confidently say that, then you're going to be squared away. You're not going to be as nervous because you're going to feel more prepared, right? The link for the apps will be down below. The link for my ASVAB study guide video will be down below as well. I'll also put a card here like I did in the beginning, if it lets me, right? I think I can only put one card. But that's the video, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys. Be sure to hit the like button to help somebody out, because the more likes we get, the more YouTube pushes out this video, and so we're helping out other people. Comment down below your weakest subject and why that's your weakest subject, and let me know which app out of these 4 you're going to be trying for yourself. And most importantly, the biggest thing, guys, is subscribe. We're trying to hit 100K followers here in the next 6 months. I need your all's help, so be sure to smash that button. It takes 2 seconds. I'm going to assume you did it, so thank you, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one. If you have any questions, my Instagram is @Ben_Allen175. Later.